Have begun. Let me just make sure that this mic is actually pointed towards me in such a way that it can pick up my voice normally. Hey, hello, greetings, salutations. It's me, on both cameras. We're gonna make cookies today. It's funny. I opened my drawer, and the first shirt that came out of my drawer was this one right here, which was not planned, but I feel is super duper appropriate. And simply because it is a Star Wars shirt, I'm gonna actually wear the Darth Vader apron because that also seems appropriate. Okay. All right. So what are we doing today besides making cookies? All right. This is a recipe from my childhood. They're oatmeal butterscotch chip cookies. Mom used to make them once upon a time, and I remember liking them a lot. And I was like, "Hey, Mom, give me this recipe so I can make them myself." And she did. I think she said that the recipe came from some kind of I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Troke? Is it Troke? I think. Trope. I always think troop whenever I see it, and I know that's wrong because there's no P in it. But Q is like a backwards P. Anyway, point is, I think she said that this recipe came from like a magazine from way back when I was like newborn-ish. So we're talking mid '80s, lost to the sands of time. The original recipe did not call for chocolate chips, however. Did not call for butterscotch chips. It called for chocolate chips. But she decided to replace that because she, unlike some people I know, appreciates butterscotch. And and this has been history. I don't think I've ever personally eaten them with chocolate chips, except for maybe once. And I don't remember how they were, but we're actually going to do a little bit of experimentation today because I've made these cookies so many times. Back when I was living in Vegas, I would make them for work, and people would love them there. Ever since I've come to Utah, the cookies haven't turned out quite the same for some reason. And I think I gotta follow. JJ all the way. Oh, is hosting. Oh, that's not a follow at all, but that's awesome and amazing, and thank you. Oh yes, you appreciate butterscotch? Great, excellent. I appreciate you. So I think I've identified potentially a couple of reasons why. So we're going to be doing things a little differently than I normally do them. I have modified the recipe to account for the fact that we are baking at high altitudes, which is something I've never actually done with this recipe before. That might change things. The thing that I'm relatively certain will actually make a difference, strange enough, is I'm going to use cheap-ass pans. I'm actually going to use a couple different types for comparison purposes, but when I first started making these things, I didn't have my own baking sheets, so I would always use cheapo disposable ones, and they always turned out well. I remember in the past a couple of times using not cheapo disposable pans and them not turning out as great, so that might be the key component. I don't think my mom ever used cheapo ones when she made them, and they still turned out fine, but I don't know. We'll find it. We'll see. Excited to be here. And oh, yes, thank you. It's not my apron, but I wear it with pride, so should probably wash it sometime soon. It's looking a little bit dingy. Thanks, Jess. I like that. Wait, what? Cookies for all. Okay, so I think that's all of the preamble that I had. Let us begin doing stuff. One of the things I actually like about this particular recipe and process is the fact that it's going to basically be me doing stuff the whole time, because once things go in the oven, I can prep the next cookie sheet. So there will be zero downtime. Hopefully. No more jigsaw puzzles this time around. All right, step number 1. Okay, so the first change comes right off the bat because apparently when you bake stuff at higher altitudes, you need hotter temperatures and lower times. So instead of putting it at 350, we're going to put it at 365. Shoot the dough. And this could actually also be wrong, because the things I read were like, increase the temperature somewhere between 15 and 25 degrees. So we're going to start at the low end and work our way up, I guess, if they seem to not turn out right. I'm not expecting all of the cookies, every batch that goes into the oven, to turn out amazingly, just because there is going to be a lot of kind of experimentation. But I'm glad to be able to do it here, so that I have a record, so I can refer to it and be like, what the heck did I do wrong that time? All right, so, okay, what do we got to do first? First steps first. Okay, so cream, butter, and sugar. which means mix at room temperature until smooth. We have our cup of butter, which has been sitting out for like an hour and a half. It is, I wouldn't say it's room temperature, but it's soft enough to cream, so that's good enough. She didn't lull. Wait, who didn't what? Who didn't do what? I can't remember. There was a word. Oh, she didn't use crappy pans? Is that what you mean? You get to see it first. You get to see the first attempt of the new and improved recipe. All right, so step one: 1 entire cup of butter goes into the dibbly-doo. Shoot-doop. Shoot-doop. Get in there. And then how much sugar was this again? Oh yeah, that's another thing. Step number 2 that's changed is there is less sugar. Less sugar when baking at high altitudes. There's 1 less tablespoon per cup of sugar, if I recall. So normally I believe it is 400 grams of sugar. We are going to be using 375. If the math that I did earlier is correct. Yes, she didn't use Krabby Pans. Okay, well. Yeah, I haven't used Krabby Pans in a while, and every single time that I don't use Krabby Pans, they turn out not as good. See, here's the... I can probably show you if one of the batches turns out this way, but they... I should probably get a nicer, clean spoon. Here we go. Are you dry? You look dry. Okay. Yeah, so I guess... I don't know, I think... Because I have this here, which is a light-colored pan, but normally I don't use the light-colored ones. I most often use the coppery-colored non-stick one I have, which I think is functionally similar to the dark ones that I have, which I think get hotter than the light-colored ones do, or they do stuff with heat slightly differently. It's my understanding. So the first one I'm going to put in is with the real pan on the bottom, and then I'm going to do the disposable one, see how that turns out, compare the two, and depending on which one looks better, we'll just stick with that for the rest of the cookies. Perfect. Nope. Almost. Oh, nope. Almost. Almost. It'll be actually interesting to see, because I told my mom, who, again, the creator, essentially, of this modified recipe, that I was going to be making these today. So if she drops into the chat, everyone say hi to her. I kind of doubt she will. She's probably still asleep. Let's see. I find your lack of faith in crappy pans disturbing. Trying to think of other Darth Vader quotes that could work well with cookies. And nothing's coming to mind. See, air pressure is lower, so it takes longer. It takes longer to bake? Well, air pressure is lower, and I can't remember. I got all of this advice for the higher altitude baking from the, I think it was the King Arthur Flour website. It was talking about how you need to increase the temperature for baking at higher altitudes, and because it's baking at a higher temperature, it ends up lowering the time slightly. I don't know. Again, maybe I could be totally wrong in this entire thing, and they could turn out terrible, but hopefully that's not what happens. Hopefully. Alright, so we're just going to let this spin for a bit until it's creamed. Start it off a little bit lower so that it doesn't just have butter fly out of the bowl. Will probably take a little while. I don't know if Mom has a Twitch. She probably doesn't, but I sent her the URL, and she doesn't need an account in order to watch, so it could happen. You never know. Let's come to the... here's the thing. The claim is come to the dark side, we have cookies. I've never seen anybody in Star Wars eat cookies before that I can recall, so I call shenanigans on that. Oh, here we go. Alright, now it's starting to look creamed. see here. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, let's see. As you can see, it looks like still butter mostly. Can't even tell there's sugar there. But there is. It's just a little bit sneaky. Alright, step 1, complete. Butter, sugar, okay. Add eggs, molasses, and vanilla. So another thing that it said do for high altitudes was increase the liquid. And if you were using eggs, to use more eggs as that liquid. So that's what we're going to be doing. Normally 2, so we're going to use 2 and 1.5 tablespoons. So I'm going to put 2 eggs in, and then I'm going to like whisk a third one. Measure out the tablespoon and a half. I'm kind of just guessing here. Like, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I've never done this particular version before. Oh my gosh, what is that? Get that out of here. Don't want that. Oh, by the way, look! Brown eggs. Straight from the butts of our chickens. They're, the wooden fake eggs, to get them to stop eating their own eggs thing has worked like a charm. And Whitty and I could not be happier. We actually have an entire carton filled with homegrown chicken eggs. It's going to get to a point soon, hopefully, where we have so many we won't be able to eat them all and have to give them away to people. So that'll be real nice. Okay. I just shunt that there. Mix it up real quick, I guess. Shoop-de-doop. Do you count The Mandalorian as Star Wars? Yes. I mean, I would. I haven't actually watched The Mandalorian yet. I've heard many good things about it. Still yet to watch it. Technically have access to Disney+. It is one of the things I'd like to watch along with WandaVision, which I've also not seen. Fix is watching WandaVision, though. She says that since it's being released like on a week-by-week basis, she'd almost recommend waiting until you can binge the whole thing. Let's see, how much? 1.5. Okay, 1.5 tablespoons of additional egg. Give me 1 tablespoon here. Okay. Is this specific alteration more trouble than it's worth? Maybe. We'll find out. Pardon me while I keep on spiking the audio every single time I put anything down. Alright. Too many things in my freaking way. Stay there. There we go. Okay. And come on, you snotty egg yolk. Bam. Okay. 1.5 tablespoons extra. Just real quick, that probably won't matter. Okay. And the vanilla and molasses. Somebody, once upon a time, told me that the thing about these cookies that were so good was the molasses. I had not really heard of molasses cookies beforehand, and I guess that not all molasses cookies are like also oatmeal necessarily. 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. Okay, 1 tablespoon molasses, and vanilla is 2 teaspoons. Okay. 2 teaspoons vanilla. Do I have? I don't think. Where did I put it? Here we go. Use up the last of this, and then open up the new giant one. Oh my gosh, so many things. Baby Yoda did the thing where he took the cookies from the kid. What? Baby Yoda stole cookies from someone? That's rude. Who does that? What a monster. So your gases expand more, so dough rises faster. Okay, that makes sense. I'll take your word for it. I'm no science man. I only experiment all the time. Is this enough? This 1 teaspoon? This is almost a teaspoon. Oh my gosh. Oh, why you do this to me? Can I do this one-handed? There's no way. Maybe. Maybe I can. Hold on. Can I put you down without you freaking out? Probably not. Yes? Maybe? Maybe? Do I need to balance you? Stay right there. Haha! Okay, alright. Now we have both hands again. Very delicate procedure. All right. Okay, so a little bit more. A little bit. All right. Teaspoon number the first. And teaspoon number the second. Wipe you down, and then I think it's a whole tablespoon of molasses, if I'm not mistaken. 1 tablespoon molasses, yes, okay. The most fun part. Doo-doo-doo. But you'll take some which? You'll take some cookies? That may or may not happen. It will probably happen. See, oh no, I gave spoilers, I'm so sorry. It wasn't a plot relevant spoiler, it was a character spoiler. Character spoilers are fine, mostly, probably, I don't know. Okay. Oh, looks so good. Is that full? Yeah, okay. That's good. Dump you in. Put the top back on my vanilla before anything flies into it. That'd be not great. Scrape all that goodness right into the bowl. Mmm. Shoot, shoot, shoot it out. Boop doo. Good enough? Probably good enough. Stay, stay, stay. Good, good batter. I actually realized I have 2 containers of this molasses right now because I must have bought a second one before using up the first one because I couldn't find it because my organizational system is not great. Mix that up real fast. Put that back there for now. Read some more comments. Wait, I need to watch it. Well, I will eventually, probably. How have I seen it and you have? I don't know. You have Disney Plus. He was hungry. People. Being hungry is no excuse for... We'll rephrase that. Being hungry does not make stealing right. It can make it justifiable, perhaps, because otherwise you might die, but it doesn't make it right. They're 2 very different things. Ooh, yeah, look at this. All right, let me grab my handy-dandy favorite orange spatula. Just kind of sloop this down so that it doesn't drip all over nothing when I move the bowl to show you. All right. Oh man, it's starting to come together already. Look at that. Oh, so good. So good. Oh. Delicious. I wish you could smell it. It smells like, well, sugar mostly, but sugar's amazing. All right, next, I believe the dry ingredients, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in another bowl, combine flour, cinnamon, and baking soda to the cream mixture. And how much of those things do we need again? Okay, so we're going to need extra flour. A total of 2 cups and 1 tablespoon. Because I can't remember the specific reason the extra amount of flour that is being used, but it, again, has to do with the higher altitude. And the math, that is 242 grams. Wait, hold on. Where'd the one I was using? Oh, it's right here. You're good. All right. 242. Just very gently and carefully plop you into the bowl. Making zero mess whatsoever. Cleanest kitchen. A clean kitchen is a happy kitchen, right? Pretty sure that's true. Someone somewhere might have said that. That enough? Nope. Definitely not. How about now? How about now? Yes? Maybe? Almost there? Oh, there. Oh, nope. Slightly too much. There we go. Perfect. All right. We got it. Did not spill anything. What are you talking about? That's crazy talk. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo. Tucks all knowledge of the Mandalorian away temporarily. The Baby Yoda is acting like any normal kid would. Okay, I guess that's fair. I mean, you'd think that maybe Yoda's race would be a little bit wiser and, you know, but a messy kitchen is a happy kitchen? I mean, the things that come out of a messy kitchen are definitely happy. So I will agree with you on that. Okay, so 1¼ teaspoon baking soda. The thing that surprised me is that it actually calls for less baking soda than normal, and I can't remember why. Is it because the thing you said with the gases expand faster and therefore you need less in the way of leavening? Like, is that the reasoning? See, because here's the thing. Like, I've found that when I've made these the old way without adjusting the recipe and using the darker pans, they tend to not rise great in the first place. So that's the part I'm hoping to maybe not have happen this time. Okay, 1¼ So you are a teaspoon. You are a ¼ teaspoon. Give yourself to me. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to try to do this relatively precisely. Yep, doop, doop. Okay. Just kind of push all the excess onto this nice little paper towel to dispose of later. There you go. Teaspoon. And ¼ teaspoon. Oh god, that's already almost perfect. Yeah, that does look pretty gosh darn perfect. Alright, there we go. Problem solved. And then cinnamon, we need... Where are you on the list of things? 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons. Half teaspoon, teaspoon. Okay. Just wipe all the powder out of you. Right, Troke? If kitchen isn't messy, you didn't bake properly. One of my favorite sayings, I guess, about making food. There was this. I can't even remember the YouTube channel anymore, but there was some guy who used to do some cooking stuff on the YouTubes, and his catchphrase was "Never trust a skinny chef," which I'm like, I can see the point there. Because person's skinny, maybe they're not eating all their own food. Or maybe they just, you know, are moderate. Like, use moderation for the things that they eat. Because again, like with me, this is one of the reasons I'm actually kind of glad to be doing the channel, is that I enjoy the process of making food. I do not always eat all the things that, like, I bake stuff and I rarely eat much of it at all. I usually give most of it away. And even though I don't have specific plans on who to give stuff to right now, it at least feels like I have a reason to make stuff beyond just, oh, I'm going to eat it all, because I'm definitely not going to eat it all. Shoot it about. Let's see. Also, never trust a skinny cook. Yes, exactly. They make sure their friends, family are enjoying it. Well, when the people that you live with either don't like some of the things you make, i.e. the butterscotch, or are trying to cut back on their carbs like Whitty is, and like I tend to, that doesn't always work. But yes, for friends. See, and this is the thing, like, when, I remember back when I had friends who used to hold parties and events, and I would go to them and bring desserts, and everyone was happy, but like, quarantine, and frickin' that hasn't been a thing in like a year, so times is hard, man. Times is hard. Alright, so we're going to add this slowly, is that right? 90% sure that's a thing. Doop, shoop, about, do. Add to cream mixture. Well, it doesn't say slowly, but I know slowly is the better way to do it, so that's what we're going to do. Slowly add to the thing. Add it more. Sprinkle it in. Make it more dry. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. It almost looks like peanut butter. like not super smooth peanut butter. That's getting lighter by the second. And probably one more toss. Okay, 2 more tosses, I like. Dump all the rest of that in there. Grab you. Start kind of working the sides a little bit. Get all the gut down. Gut. Alright. Kind of scoot you that way. Scoot you this way. Kind of scrape down the sides a little bit just to make sure everything's incorporating well. Spin it around like another 5 to 10 seconds. All right, that should be good. Oh man. Now we have some batter. Get up. Okay, oh no, hold on. Let me stir this a little bit more because I still see some flour. All right, here we go. Check it out. Oh man. It doesn't have any of the goodies in it yet, but it's got the flavor. And that's what matters. Suddenly, a whole bunch of comments showed up. Oh god. At JJ All the Way, they do both. What kind of oats do you use? Ah, that is a very excellent question. So this particular recipe calls for quick oats. I don't remember what the difference between quick oats and normal oats are, but the recipe very specifically is like quick oats. And I've always used quick oats, and they've always turned out, well, okay, at least. Not sure what... Goods is now following. Did I pronounce that right? Did I say that right? Fingers crossed I said that right. Thank you for the follow. And hi. What do he want make? Does who wait? What? When? Where? Hi. Yes, oatmeal and butterscotch chip cookies. Right there. The semi-famous oatmeal butterscotch chip cookies. I don't think Troke has ever had them. I'm 90% sure that Mousetrap has though. And he should be watching so that he can learn the secrets of the butterscotch chip cookies. It's how they're prepared or grounded. Oh, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't know how that impacts the baking process with them, but again, I'm just gonna, whoa, stop phone, stop. I'm trying to scroll, I'm not trying to type. Learn your place. Learn your place, phone. Okay. How much is it? 2 cups, I believe? 90% sure it's 2 cups. 2 cups quick oats. Okay, so stir in oats, stir in chips, and then just put them in the thing. All right. Double check the math on this. Half a cup is 40 grams, which means that 2 cups is that times 4, which is 160 grams, right? If I'm a crazy man and that number is wrong, someone correct me quickly. Because otherwise it's going in. Here's the thing that's great, and by great I mean the first time I made this, it was a little surprising, is you've got the dough, right? Dough, batter. Pretty sure it's dough, cookie dough, that's right. So you've got it, and it's like, it's about this far up the bowl. You add all of this, and you add all of this, and it's like, now I'm this far up the bowl. There is a lot of dough that ends up getting made. There are a lot of cookies that end up getting made. Usually there ends up making somewhere between, I want to say 5 and, like, it depends on the size that you make, but somewhere between 5 and like 7 dozen cookies. So we will have a fair amount. Mix that all together. Da-na-na-na-na. nice and incorporated and chunky. Chunky. Oh my gosh, burping. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Chunky cookie dough. Oh man, look at that. That looks so good. Actually, the other good thing about this being made with the chicken eggs from our own backyard is that we know the eggs don't have any bacteria that'll make me sick, so I can just eat the raw cookie dough all much I want. Nothing to fear. All right, so now we're going to actually take this off of here because we're not using the mixer anymore. We are done with the mixer because if we try to use the mixer on the butterscotch chips, it kind of crushes some of the chips, and I'm not super big on that. I like nice, whole, meaty butterscotch chips in my cookies. All right, so we got that there. Stay. Go, 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 power. Yes, exactly. Oh, so glad. Yeah, it's a lot of cookies. In the instructions that I originally wrote, and have, because I've given this recipe to a couple people, for the amount, I'm like, makes a boatload of cookies, because it makes a lot of cookies. This is one of the reasons, too, that I like to make them and bring them to things where there's going to be a lot of people, because it's very unlikely that all of them will be eaten. And, like, I always feel bad when I make something like a cheesecake that's, like, got maybe 16 slices in it, max, and I take it to a thing where there's, like, clearly more than 16 people there. It's like, well, some of you are getting cheesecake, some of you aren't. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Incidentally, a lot of those times, not everybody tries the cheesecake anyway, which, I mean, that's their loss, but it ends up working out in the long run. Oh, this, okay, see now, once you add the butterscotch chips, that's when the scent of deliciousness really just starts to erupt from the bowl, making me so happy. Yeah. All right, so here we come to the challenging part, which is deciding how big to make these. Because the original instructions say drop by teaspoons onto ungreased cookie sheet. First off, teaspoons are real kind of small for cookies. So I've kind of stopped doing that. I think what I've been doing lately is just doing them by 1 ounce sizes-ish, approximately. So what I'll do is I'll weigh out 1 ounce onto the cookie sheet, and then I'll try to eyeball the rest of them. I could be really, really meticulous and do 1 ounce for literally every single one. I don't know that anybody wants to watch me do that. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will, because I gotta wait like... Well, it's gonna be 10 minutes now, because again, we lowered the amount of time they're gonna be baking for. But if I've gotta wait 10 minutes, I might as well spend that time measuring out every single cookie, right? See, heavenly smell, it. They're so heavenly. Okay, all right, smell this. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Because if you can, that is incredible. I want your peripherals on your computer or phone. Tablespoon might work, but teaspoons, yeah, they're really tiny. Sometimes I wonder if, like, it was a typo in the original recipe, but who knows? Bloop. All right, so we said we were going to use this pan first, right? Yeah, you smell, oh my gosh. What manner of alien technology do you have? Please, inform me where it was purchased and or acquired. I need it in my life. Smell-o-vision. It's the way of the future, man. And by way of the future, I mean I really seriously doubt anyone's ever going to do that. Until we... Oh, so I've been reading Ready Player 2. And the whole brain interface stuff. I'm like, oh, I could see... If someone could manage to link up your brain and trigger the things in your brain to make you feel like you're smelling stuff when you're not. Yeah, I could see smell-o-vision existing then. All right, so you're going to go right here. Are you... You're 26, 27. Okay, close enough. 20, that's almost perfect. This is almost the perfect 1 ounce cookie size. Now, should this, okay, viewers, should they be bigger than this? Because I feel like this is the normal size that I make them at. But if popular demand dictates, oh, that's too small, Sin, those cookies are going to be way too small. We need bigger cookies than that. Then, I mean, I could see myself making them larger. I have no problem with that. That would actually end up giving me fewer rounds into the oven, which wouldn't be a terrible thing. And my hands are going to be so freaking sticky from this dough. This is probably a sign that it could use more flour, but fuck it. Fuck it, I say. We'll add flour if we deem more flour necessary at a later point in the process. Big enough? No, probably a little bit more. Shoop-de-doo. Stay. Yeah, we're not currently because I need to tear this out every time, and I have not been doing that, so we're gonna eyeball it. We're definitely gonna eyeball it. But I feel like my eyeball is pretty all right for this process. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yep, too small. Say more cookie is better. More is definitely better. More is always better. I'm getting a little bit of conflicting information here. It's like, oh no, that size looks good, but more is better. Do more. Do more. Always more. I actually have considered, because as I was pulling stuff out of the underbit where all of the pans live, I found this nice little round, almost kind of pizza stone looking doodad, and I'm like, oh, we could feasibly make a giant cookie pie if we wanted. I have no idea how much timing that would need for this particular recipe. Stay. But yeah, I mean it's an option. It would be harder to share though. Harder to share with all of the people that I intend to dole these cookies out to once they're finished. So we are not going to be doing that today. Stay. And two more. I am a little anxious to see how this turns out. Because if such slight tweaks lead to a superior version of the cookie, I will be super happy. But also, here's the thing. Like, I won't exactly know if it was just... I mean, I guess I could do a batch on the normal pans just as like an experiment to see. But I almost like, oh, if they turn out well this time, then why would I want to mess with that, right? Like, if it turned out right, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The only reason that I would do it would be like, okay, let's determine if it was really the recipe or if it was the recipe and the pan that did this change. All right. Alright, so normally these go in for 12 minutes. According to the high altitude whoa, go back there. Go back. Thank you. According to the high altitude directions, it's like, oh, lower the time by such and such percentage. And I'm like, okay, that sounds fair. So we're going to be putting these in for 10 minutes. And hopefully that'll work out well. Yeah, cookie pie. Cookie pie, like, I really like the, what is the name of that place? Annie something Ann. The one that does the cookie cake things. I like those. Although I'm not good at decorating, so mine would just be one giant cookie. Alright, fingers crossed. Here goes nothing. Going in. 5, 10, start. Grab the oven mitts for later. And start prepping the next pan. Am I right? Stick you right there real fast. And try to weigh out another. It's a little bit smaller, but it should be fine. This pan is actually smaller than, a little bit smaller than the other pan is. but it should be fine. One of the other things that I've done in the past, because I know this makes a difference with certain cookies, I don't know if it's a thing with literally all cookies, is putting the batter into the fridge for a bit. But considering that was a thing that I definitely didn't do when I started making these cookies, when they turned out well, I'm not doing it this time just because I don't think it's like a relevant factor, if that makes any sense. Maggie ants? I don't think it's Maggie. I think it might be Auntie ants. I'm not sure. Like if I attempted to look it up, I'd probably find it pretty quick. But yeah, they're in mall food courts all the time. If that rings any bells. Let's see, I'm wondering if the disposable pan cooked better because of the ridges in the bottom. Huh. I always assumed it had to do with the way that it conducted heat, because I know that the thing about the aluminum ones is they cool off really quick. And I feel like they probably retain less heat on the bottom, so maybe they cook less intensely from the bottom up. I don't know. That's just a guess. Again, I am not a scientist. Or rather, I guess if I'm doing experience, that automatically makes me kind of a scientist, right? Knowing about science doesn't make you a scientist. Experimenting makes you a scientist. All right. Boop, doop, 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 doop. Yeah, if it was because of grooves, I mean, that'd be interesting. I don't know how I would ever replicate that with real non-disposable pans because I've never seen any that do that. I mean, they probably make them that way. But none of the ones that I own are like that, that's for sure. But yeah, when I'm making this with literally only one baking sheet, because right now I don't even have to, like this is a thing we want to change in the near future, is when I'm baking stuff, we only have one oven rack. So I can't do 2 sheets at a time, which I would probably normally do. That actually also might be another reason why the cookies turn out differently now than they did before, is because if you've got 2 sheets in there at the same time, the heat's going to go to both of them, so maybe that makes a huge difference on the actual result of the cookies once they come out. Auntie Anne's. Okay, yeah, that's it. Auntie Anne's is known for soft pretzels, but they might do those too. Really? I didn't realize they were known for soft pretzels. I feel like I only ever see the cookies when I see them in malls. Also worth noting, I don't think I've ever actually bought anything from them. They're just one of those staples that I'm like, oh, it's an Auntie Anne's. We must be in a mall right now. Huh. It's a good thing I established that because I'm very good at losing my sense of direction and where I am. Huh. Shoot, do get off my fingers, please. Get off my fingers. Scrape, scrape, scrapety, scrape. And there. Rinse some more. 6 minutes left on that one. You know what? Screw it. Let's do this thing. Let's put this in the fridge for the 6 minutes that it's going to be. Actually, more like 7. 7 or 8, because, put you down here. Gotta wait a little bit further. Well, actually, I won't even really need to do that. Because I think the next one I'm going to do is going to also be on the aluminum disposable one, because I don't, again, I'm assuming that's going to be the one that works better. Scroll you down. Okay. I lost my train of thought again. Happens so often. Yeah, but it takes time, obviously, for the cookies to cool so that we can put them onto the racks to dry. Speaking of which, I should get those ready right now. I can put the vast majority of the ingredients away to make room for the cookies to live somewhere. The rack material might affect baking. Like the oven rack material? Or you mean the cookie sheet material? Depending on which type of oven would affect the baking. Like, how do you mean? We talking like convection oven versus some other type of oven? Like, I just have an oven. I don't know what type of oven it is. It's an oven that I use to bake things. That is the extent of my knowledge. Now it goes there. Oats go back in here, where they live, and they probably have enough for like 1 or 2 more batches of cookies if I want to do that in the future. All right. Fantastic. See, if you put this one into the fridge, then the next disposable one can go in not cooled, and when that's done, the cool one can go. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Though, with only 6 minutes being in the fridge, it's probably not going to make a huge difference, but if it makes any difference at all, then, like, we'll know that there's an impact, and that'll be great. Let's see, 3 different types may be long. There might be even more than 3 different types of cookies here. I don't know, we'll find out. We'll see. Oh man, but it looks so good. See right here, this should be the thumbnail. If I could specify a specific thumbnail, this would be it right here. Or maybe when they come out, who knows. Convection versus standard. One has directional lamp, the other uses heated air. I think this one is a heated air one. I don't believe this one has any kind of lampness. Though, when I turn, I have noticed when I turn on the light in the oven, for extended periods of time, it definitely does produce more heat. What a concept. Let me actually take a gander inside right now. Oh man, they're turning into cookies. Holy mackerel. Plumping up nice. This actually might be, oh, okay. All right. Okay, don't want to, bite off. It's got another 3 minutes. I'm almost worried that it won't be enough time. Maybe, because when I altered the process for the increased temperature and the lower time, I did the minimum for both of those. So I increased the temperature by the minimum recommended amount, and I lowered the time by the minimum recommended amount. I'm wondering if I should maximize the temperature, because I'm a little concerned that it might not. But then again, who knows? Like, I know that there's been cookie recipes that I've read that are like, oh, when you take the cookies out, they will appear to be undercooked, and it's like, okay. Oh, you know what I could do? For the sake of science and not good aesthetics and appearance, I could just thermometer them and see if they're fully cooked. That could be a way to do it. Thoughts? Recommend only changing one of them? Changing one of which? Oh, changing one of the variables. Yeah, I definitely would. I don't think I would. I would not want to lower the amount of time that they're in there for any more than I already have. Because like we went from 12 minutes to 10, which is like, 1/6 of the whole thing. So yeah, if anything, I would up the temperature to what is that now? 365. So like I'd up it to 375 instead of 365. But we'll see. We'll see. These ones could turn out amazing. Who knows? I mean, we've only just begun. All right, here's what I'm gonna do though, because we got batter here. We got batter. I'm gonna just go to my fasting app and tell it, hey, guess what? I'm done fasting. You can suck it. End fasting. How do I feel? I feel pretty good. No, let's go happy. I feel happy. You know why? Because y'all are here, and that makes me happy. All right, continue. Thank you for that. All right, so we're going to take this happy little molasses-covered spoon and wipe some of the molasses off because, straight molasses is pretty powerful stuff. And then we're just going to, scoop some of this onto the spoon. Scoopity-doop. Going to try to be slightly sanitary, not just, like, scoop it off with my hand and then, like, stick that in my face. Because, oh, hey! Oh, God. Shut your mouth. I guess I'll eat it in a second. Let me turn the light on real fast. Open this up, take a gander. Those might... Okay, well, they're definitely starting to get crunchy on the outside. Alright, I'm taking them out. We're going to take them out. And we're going to let them cool. Again, This entire process is based on the fact that we're like, oh, these might not turn out well, but they look pretty all right. Already they're, you know, these already do look better than the other ones have looked in the past. So we're gonna let these cool for a second. I'm gonna move, hold on. Move this pan out of the way over here. Just gonna shuffle everything around. Okay, we're gonna stick these in. We're gonna do the exact same time, exact same temperature. See if there's any difference by the time they're out and cooled. Get in there. 5, 10, boop. All right. All right, but those look pretty okay-ish. They don't look. I mean, as they cool, they look less underdone to me than they did when I first took them out, which again is a thing that I've seen / heard about a lot of cookies. All right, let's just pop this in my mouth and see how it goes. The flavor's there. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Nice. Volunteers to test the cookies. I'll be there in a few hours. Ha ha, booked flight. Well, I mean, again, given how many cookies these make, soon might not even be a necessity, because they're going to be around. Let's see. All right, it's been about 1 minute. Give them another minute or so. They do certainly not, like, they don't stay poofed, which is a bit perplexing. Maybe there's still more. Maybe there are yet more mysteries to solve with the cookies, but we'll solve those in due time. Let us take this bowl. It's still hot. Just burn my hand a little bit, a little burny. Total burny des. Let's move you over here to the base. Thank you very much. And I think I have a pretty good eye for how big these need to be. A little bit bigger than you. A little bit smaller than you. Another thing about putting them in the fridge, though, is that the dough gets less sticky to work with. So that's also very nice. Slightly less sticky. Not like remarkably so. Go. I don't know, man. I guess we'll see the other ones that are in there right now. Because these ones look pretty much the same, but I'm wondering if the texture is different. It really could just be the disposable pan. I mean, they're learning so many things. Though all things considered, I would prefer to not have to buy a disposable pan every single time that I make these. Because, I mean, as minimal as the cost is, that would add up to more money than not doing it over time. For the for this batch, increase the time as well by that 20%? So put it back in for 12 instead of 10 or something? I don't know. Like, these do look, like, these look done. Like, they look finished. I don't know if keeping them in longer will improve their ability to poof and stay poofed. I almost feel like it would not, but I don't know. Because again, as much as I claim to be a baker, the science of baking is still a thing that eludes me on certain facets. I feel like I'm making these slightly bigger over time, which is not the goal. The goal is to make them the same size. Only if they don't look done. I mean, that's the thing. They come out, they don't super look done, but then within 30 seconds of being out of the oven, they're like, oh yeah, you're done. You look done. You don't have any uncookedness that I can tell. Though, let me see here. No, yeah, looks fine. Because I think it looks okay. Okay, but what we're gonna do as soon as we get this off of my hand, stay, boom, okay. So we're going to try to separate them from the tray, and then shoot, stick you back in for another 5. Oh god, my hand is too sticky. Shoot it about. Okay. Alright, are you still too hot? No. Okay, good. There we are. Just walk you a little bit a few times. And then, are you ready to come off? Yes? No? Oh God. Oh God, are you sticking? The thing said not to grease the cookie sheet. We may need a different spatula. Different spatula may be required. I think this is another reason why this might be better, because I have a feeling it might come off slightly easier with it. But we'll find out. If we can't get these all off within the next 4 minutes, then that could be a bit of a problem. Oh God, why? No! Alright, so we have cookie. We have cookie. Cookie is not plump. But cookie does seem less hard, I guess, than normal, which has been the main complaint that Witty's had about the cookies in the past, which is that they're too crunchy and not soft. This does seem to be at least working, so I mean, kudos there. Cookie. So batch number 1 is similar to how they've been turning out, making them in the past. Not exactly the same, but similar enough that I'd be willing to say that the altered recipe doesn't seem, but at least, again, appearance-wise, actual texture-wise, yet to be determined. And honestly, I feel like Witty might be the best judge for this because, again, she's the one who had the biggest complaints about them in the past. So, 2 minutes to go. Sweet. Excellent. Just let you live over there for the time being. All right. Sweet. To try one now or to not try one now? They're definitely cool enough to try, but I don't think that they've cooled off enough to like you can handle them, they won't burn you, but they're also slightly, like their structural integrity has not set, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna just let them do their thing for a bit. So this is the chilled dough, though it's been unchilling for the duration of the baking of these ones, so I'm wondering if it's like negating the entire point of chilling them in the first place. That's a good question. In all those experiments I've seen people do on the internet with chilled versus not chilled dough for varying lengths of time, once you take it out of the fridge, how quickly does the chilling effect go away? Probably depends on how long it's been in there in the first place, but I mean, still. Let me take a gander. light. Okay, you are looking pretty gosh darn similar. Pretty similar. Let me just move these ones to the back. Move these ones here. Also, we should get out some Tupperwares. These red ones should do the trick, just for the purpose of keeping each batch separate once like their full cooling is done. That might be important for scientific purposes. Ooh, here's what we should do. We should get Whitty to try like a little bit from each batch. That way, like blind taste test style, so that she can be like, oh, these ones were the ones that were my favorite. And I'll be like, aha, I see. Well, these ones were done X such way. Alrighty, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out, get out, get out. Close. Alright, so these ones, a little bit closer together. I mean, they look pretty similar. Guess we'll have to just wait and see once they actually... I mean, again, the fact that they're closer together has made them kind of bump into each other a little bit more, so that's not optimal, but I am okay with it. I will allow it for the time being. All right, let's put these guys in there. The ones that have been chilled slightly. We'll wait for these to cool. Are you already? Nope, you're still a little warm. Of course you are. That's a great question. My guess would be minutes. Yeah, that makes sense. So much Tupperware. Yeah, we got these right before Christmas. I guess they were like on sale or something. So they're nice. They work. Very red, as you can see. Good on you. Never enough Tupperware. A little more puffy. Yeah, maybe a little bit. But again, I think they're going to deflate about as equally once all is said and done. But who knows? I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong. Hey, Mom, are you watching? I'll have to watch. I've watched a couple of the ones. Aw, she's made a Mom's watched a couple of the things I've done. Oh, thanks, Mom. But hey, Mom, are you here right now? If you're watching now, text me so that I know. Because that would be amusing. I would be chuffed to bits at that. Gotta say. It's been out for 2? Nope, it's been out for 1. Just 1. Yeah, see already, even after what... Oh, and see, already I can touch it with my hands, and it actually feels nice and pleasant because it's, cold. It is freaking snowing right now. I did not expect it to snow today. I'm not super happy about it snowing, but it's snowing, and it's sticking to not the street or the sidewalk yet, but it's sticking to other stuff, and I don't like that. But yeah, as you can see, like, it's reached the same level of deflation, I feel, as the other ones did, which, not bad, per se. Let me touch this cookie now. Yeah, I do feel like this might be a winner, though, because it has a certain level of suppleness. That's a word that you can use to describe a cookie. That they don't seem to normally when I make them. Okay, 2 minutes have gone by. How unconnected to these are you? Probably still need to use this guy. Like your pot holders? Whitty got them for me. They are the best pot holders. For the longest time, I was like, hey, it removes so much easier. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a gander at this cookie. See, and even already with this, like, it's not as floppy. Like, I don't know, man. The bottom seems more solid than the other ones did, for sure. Like, I'm telling you, it's the freaking cheap-ass pans. Cheap-ass pans are the way to go. If you make this recipe, make it with cheap-ass pans. This is stupid. This is stupid how significant of a change just using this crappy aluminum disposable pan has made already. I'm a little blown away. I look forward to seeing what the chilled dough looks like once I take it out from the oven. Because my understanding is that when you chill the dough, that's another thing that helps it rise more. Like, I've seen pictures of chocolate chip cookies that's done. I'm so excited about this. Oh, this is great. Okay. Listen to how happy I am. This is amazing. Okay. Honestly, if I do end up having to just buy these stupid frickin' pans every time I make these cookies, like, that is perfectly fine as long as they turn out nicely. If they turn out nicely, that's all that matters. But that still remains me, like, wondering how the heck did Mom do it back in the day? Mom, what's your secret? Reveal your secrets to me. I demand to know. No text, so she's probably not watching now. That's fine. She'll watch later, and she'll know that I love her. Oh, God. Got a little too exuberant with that one and stabbed it a little bit. Moms have secret powers. It's true. They have eyes in the back of their heads. This is biologically proven. As soon as you have a baby, you sprout another eye on the back of your head. Y'all knew that, right? Like, it's crazy. Okay, so let me just brush this guy off real fast. Oof. Can I do this in 5.5 minutes? I think I can. I have a feeling that I can do this in 5.5 minutes. Get out some more dough. Put it on the thing. That's a bit too much. That should be fine. Okay. Oh, I hear a dog. Does that mean a Witty is soon to follow?
A Witty has appeared.
A Witty has appeared. Hello, Witty.
Hello.
Witty,
Hello.
have you been watching?
No.
As dumb as it seems, I think the cheap frickin' aluminum pan thing might literally be the deciding factor.
Are you gonna make them chilled too?
Yeah, so the one that's in there has been chilled for about 6 minutes. These ones have been chilled for like that plus another 6 minutes. What I want to do is have you do like a taste test, a blind taste test, not knowing which ones are which.
Okay.
And let me know if you can notice any discernible difference. And B, which one is your favorite.
Okay.
So
I'll do that.
yeah, but we're gonna.
So I will not look at which ones are which.
Indeed. Well, I'm gonna put them each in their own little Tupperwares, and I'll know which one's which, but you will not, and I'll just have you,
All right.
take a cookie from each one.
I can do that. I came up to grab some electrolytes.
Ooh.
Because I feel sleepy.
What plants crave?
Yeah.
Mm.
Snowing again.
It is. It's so dumb.
The netting looks okay.
Jess says hi.
Hi, Jess.
And so does Jessie.
Hi, Jessie.
So- What's with that face, Troke? Are you doubting my allegation that women grow a third eye in the back of their heads as soon as they pop out a kid? It's fact. Look it up. Have you ever been someone who's had a kid, Troke? No, so you wouldn't know.
These things, they're delicious and nutritious, and they're great. You should all take them.
I take them sometimes, every now and then. Da-na-na-na. Da-da-na-na. Yours had 3? Yes, but the third eye is hidden from you, you see. You can't feel the third eye. Because it's not on your body, you see.
Of course.
Definitely 100% sincere, not being facetious at all. Okay.
So good.
Right, doesn't it?
Can I have the
Yeah, I mean, I already scraped some of the stuff off of it.
What?
You're welcome to have some more. I mean, you can. I think it's perfectly bright on the stream without them, but
Does it blind your webcam?
a little bit.
It's
Well,
snowing a lot.
maybe not with how it's set up right now, but it definitely,
Invading.
there's difference. Hi, yes. Shoo-doo-doo-doo. What? Yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm using it. Yes, I'm using the microwave right now. I am a tyrant in the kitchen when need be. Now that time is now. All right. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. Let me put some of these ones into the Tupperware. Oh my gosh.
I was just gonna cook some here, but I don't want it to.
Why are we whispering? Why is this discussion happening in the kitchen where the show's going on? Is a better question.
About food. And how amazing Wendy's pretzel burgers are.
Do they still have them?
Yes.
Oh.
At least they better.
Do
they not?
I don't know. I haven't gotten them in a while. I stopped getting them after I realized, oh, every time I eat them for the rest of the day, I have this weird aftertaste whenever I belch. Not a fan. Not a fan of that. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. To me, it looks like again, visually, the cookies look pretty similar. Maybe the second batch turned out a little bit less, what's the word? Like a little bit less deflaty. But just from, like, the feeling of holding them, there is a very distinct difference between the first batch and the second batch. So excited. All right. Haha, we hear everything. No secrets in here. You can't keep secrets from Twitch. Twitch knows all. So they might not be able to hear you now, if you're lucky. Let me just dump this egg here. Put that there, heat you up. One, 15 seconds, 14 seconds. Oh God, there's not time. There's no time. Getting warmer. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Shut your mouth. All right. This is batch number 3. The one that was chilled. Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Get out.
Whoa.
Yeah, they deflate a lot.
Oh.
They deflate a lot, but they do come out looking
They're
good.
already starting.
Yeah,
to
right.
deflate.
All right, so here's this one first out of the oven. All right, good. Just set you down right there. Put these other ones in. Da-da-da-da.
I'm gonna be doing a blinded taste test and deciding which cookies are the best cookies. Hey, dog, get out of
But
both of you.
on the bright side, it does seem that increasing the temperature and lowering the baking time doesn't seem to make them undercooked or anything. So the overall doneness of the cookies seems consistent. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? Having a good time?
Yeah.
Eating more meatloaf?
No.
Oh. Is there any left?
Yeah.
I know there's potatoes left, right?
Yeah.
You haven't eaten all my potatoes.
No.
I want to eat some of those today.
Because
they're delicious.
Hard not to steal your meatloaf last night,
Yeah.
but I didn't because I'm not an asshole.
Zord! Hi Zord! Hello, how are you? For a split second you thought this was Gin's kitchen? Does it look similar to her kitchen?
Excuse me.
I've only seen a little bit of her gnocchi making one, I
Did
believe.
you
What?
change the recipe?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I changed the recipe for high altitudes, which increased the amount of egg, increased the amount of flour, decreased the amount of sugar, decreased the amount of what's it called? Baking soda, and then did the faff with the oven that I mentioned. The kitchen is a safe place except murder? What? Many accidents can happen in the kitchen, that's true.
Okay.
Let's see,
This
the
chunk of mashed potatoes I will give to you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I will consume it immediately after the stream is over, probably. Layout of the counter is similar, but no, the kitchens are very different. Okay, yeah, and I remember her camera setup was like more overhead than mine was, so. Look out there, still another 20 seconds. See, okay, so this is something that I could immediately tell that there was a difference between, God, it's coming down a lot right now, between using this pan and using this pan, is because these ones came off of this pan so much easier than these ones, and they felt more solid after the same or less amount of time cooling than those ones did.
Such a weird.
So don't ask me why, because I don't know. I'm just glad to have kind of sort of figured out and determined maybe something like a solution for this whole cookie fiasco. So
You can reuse these.
yeah,
Just
I mean
have
we
to-
can, but
You can just clean them and then
I just
have
gotta.
oatmeal chocolate chip or oatmeal
Butterscotch
chip cookie pans.
I mean, I guess you could make them with chocolate chips because you hate butterscotch.
Yep. Yeah.
Both of you. Okay, that's a lie, Fix. Is not the worst. It is amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst.
You're outvoted in this house.
In this house, yes, but in the world, I don't think so.
I feel chocolate still beats butterscotch in the world.
All right, BS in chat if you agree with me.
Chocolate all the way.
Chocolate.
Chocolate is delicious, don't get me wrong, but butterscotch is also delicious.
It is a unique flavor.
Here's the thing, Fix, you don't like caramel, which
Yes.
is amazing. You don't like bacon, which is amazing.
Yeah, that I can. Caramel though.
Caramel is a solid
Yeah.
You people,
Get S all
I
across
believe
the
you.
channel. How few BSs are in chat?
I don't know. I haven't seen any yet. People aren't listening to me. They don't like to listen to what I say.
Butterscotch is yummy.
See? Haha. Thanks,
but
Jess.
is it yummier than chocolate?
I didn't say anything about it being yummier. It's
We
yummy
did.
different.
We started this conversation and tilted it that way.
With the insinuation that because it's better, we should not make it with butterscotch.
Yes. Because why make something inferior?
It's not inferior.
You just said that it's...
Oh my god.
It's different. It's special in its own way.
It's delicious and fantastic, and I love it, and it tastes like my childhood. I like both too. Both beat oatmeal raisin, that's for sure. Like
Hey.
both kinds of chips.
Oh my
I
raisin's
like to
fine.
oatmeal raisins, but I'm-
Don't like caramel much either. Aw, sad times. You also didn't like ranch, if I recall.
Holly chip curious.
Butterscotch is best. Butterscotch is okay in small amounts. Equally by the great everybody's child. Yes, it tastes like my childhood. Hey, Mousetrap, welcome. You've had these cookies, right? I made these back when we worked at the same place. So you tell me whether or not I don't remember if you were one of the people that was like, "Is there crack in these because they're so good?"
They taste so good. We gotta get them less flat.
I mean, the only other thing I can think of. Yeah, I got nothing. Cause like, it is possible that we need newer, fresher baking soda. It's possible, even though that stuff is like, oh, it's still good for now. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know what it is about these.
Ooh, we don't have enough time. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, they really do taste amazing though. And if they're like dry, you just throw them in a Ziploc with some bread and boom.
And they undryify.
Oh, you're all
Dryify.
covered
What's
with
the word?
snow now, babe. Here, show the screen.
Oh god.
Show the screen. You're all snowy.
Obligatory
That's
dog
snowy.
shot.
She's got snow.
She has snow on her. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, she does. That's amazing. Okay, so do we have proper time? Crack is bestest. Oh man, you don't remember, but cookies? How can you not remember? Ranch is best. Oh my god, yes.
Don't
Ranch
forget-
discussion.
Don't forget to label your Tupperware.
Oh, I know which ones are which.
Sure.
Don't worry about what.
Were you serious about I can't use the microwave?
You can use the microwave. It's fine. I'm just being a jerk. Polly Chip Curious? No, not Polly Chip Curious. Just straight out Polly Chip. Bust up in here. Do you need something?
Salt.
See, you asked if you could use the microwave. You said nothing about getting in the way of my actual workstation.
I'm getting in the way of your actual workstation to seal this like
Gee,
almost empty
Next
thing of
time we
salt.
need to schedule publicly the stream time so that we can all have our food before
Guess what?
the stream.
It's
occurs.
listed on my Twitch page, the schedule for the Friday
Okay, we need
stream.
to put it in the household group chat.
Like I would ever check that.
Exactly. Alright, so there is going to be enough for
Thank you.
probably not 2 more batches. 1 more for sure.
But we're adding
Shillelagh,
to
you
the
made it!
content.
Welcome!
I'll be on.
Welcome, Shillelagh!
Yeah,
Thank you for coming to the stream.
we're adding to the content. We're
It's been time.
Shoot,
Brain
it is
network.
crazy snowing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's been a while. It has been many years. I don't think I ever made them for you outside of work either, so that probably doesn't help. Yeah, finally. Where have you been, man? What have you been busy doing? What better thing do you have to do? Like work, take care of your son? God, jeez. You and your adult responsibilities.
This way or that way. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside.
Dogs clickety clacking all around. sure I'll be able to get another 12 out of this. What do you think? This look like another 12 worth? Maybe? Possibly? I don't
You
know.
should put a bunch more flour in and see if they hold together better.
Driving excuses you. Huh? I should put what now?
You should put a bunch of flour in there and
A
see if it
bunch of
holds
flour?
A bunch.
Define a bunch.
together.
2 cups.
No.
No.
That is a bad idea.
That is a bunch. Though.
Get out of the kitchen.
Maybe 6? 6 what? 6 cups? 7? What are we talking about? Oh, 6 cookies. I was like, oh. Okay. You mean specifically for this amount?
Yeah.
Would like a, I feel like no more than a tablespoon. I feel like a tablespoon of flour for this much would be.
Oh yeah.
Like there's not really much left in the thing.
She has snow on her nose.
Oh my gosh. These animals. How much time we got left? Another minute 41. Cookies doofus. Okay, here's the thing that you're gonna realize about me as you watch this is that I'll say things, and then chat will respond to the things I say, and I will have completely forgotten what I said to cause chat to respond. This will happen a lot.
Erase.
What?
The microwave and the oven are
Oh my
all
God.
exactly
Thanks, Vix. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
It's fantastic.
Well, fortunately, we can just ignore the microwave.
We can.
The microwave will just chirp.
Your microwave probably needs to cool off a bit anyway
That's true.
after it
Well, but I'm swapping things. I'm making 2 things.
that have different heating times.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you are probably more careful about that than I am. Whenever I'm reheating leftovers, I just literally put everything on one plate and nuke it for a time.
I don't like things touching.
Oh,
So, especially like in this case.
interesting.
Because it's like, yeah, the chicken nuggets and the mashed
Discord in
potatoes
the
are
kitchen?
very distinct.
You have no idea. 30 seconds. 35.
We
Close enough.
want Discord in the kitchen?
I mean, I actually need to
No.
do a Discord. I need to make my own Discord, which, assuming I actually hit affiliate soon, which I think I only need another. No. Stop it. Stop that. I think at this point I only need another 3 followers, and then I'll actually have 50, which is crazy and amazing, and I never thought it would actually happen this fast. All right, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, 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 beep. Make the noise. Thank you. Alrighty. Get out of the oven. Shoot to do. Boom. Alright. Here we have these ones. They look very similar to the last ones, as you can see. And I will put them here for now while I scoop up the next batch to go in the thingamajig. Oh, I think I do remember these a little. Good. Yeah, the oatmeal butterscotch chip cookies, Mousetrap. They're very distinctive. I guarantee it that no one else that you know has ever made this type of cookie, because the only place I have ever seen it is my mom making it and then me making it.
Add flour, the worst you can do is ruin it.
Okay, you want me to add flour?
Add a tablespoon of flour.
We'll add flour. Does flour make stuff rise and stay?
It makes it
Right,
hold its
risen
shape
more.
better.
Okay.
I think because I'm smart.
Thing is that like this recipe already has more flour than the normal one, so
Really?
you'd think, yeah.
It's so weird.
How it flattens, yeah. It's a little weird. Let us.
We could also do what the Dale Sad
this look good?
cookies. Sure.
Sure. Let's. Bloop. There we go.
We could also try the technique of the Dale Sad cookies
Which
of
is?
using Crisco instead of butter.
Don't know how I feel about that.
So
I was
for
like,
anybody watching, I have a recipe that I got from a coworker, and it uses butter flavored Crisco instead of butter. And because of that, you do not have to chill the dough because Crisco melts at a higher. Get out of the kitchen, dogs! Come on,
we tried to teach them this, but they never.
But anyway, Crisco melts at a higher temperature, and so the cookies keep their shape longer in the oven, and therefore you do not need to chill the dough. It's ingenious.
I feel like we don't actually try to teach them this except like very, very rarely.
I mean,
I do.
Whitty and I were doing it pretty
Yeah,
frequently.
the reason why they have such attentions for breaking the rules is because not everybody.
Because
enforces
certain
them.
people that we won't name don't.
All 3 of us are in this kitchen and you guys are not
Guys,
keeping
get out.
them out.
Get out.
In my defense, I'm distracted with the actual food making process and streaming.
I'm always distracted.
Doodaloo, words, things. I share the stream when I remember. I appreciate you sharing the stream a lot.
And
Super
she
much.
just started
Thank you.
sneaking up.
Apparently I just
and
need to
had
stream
like,
more.
Grab her, and she turned around and
Blue
went up,
collar
and I was
job
like,
simulators?
"Take
Really?
it back."
Scary.
Have you been getting a bunch of views on those?
I'm not actually scared of her.
I've yet to actually manage to make it to one of those ones that you've done so far. I do like the Like a Dragon stuff, just because Like a Dragon seems so ridiculously over the top. Let's see, you need one of those little cookie mini ice cream I do need one of those! Oh, there's a thing that I need! Oh, that would be amazing. I have a big ice cream scoop, but not a mini one. Should put that on my wish list of things to get. I think it's the ratio of sugars. Like that makes them flatten out, or that makes it spread. Okay. We make them to wait. We make them to wait. You make these? You wait. When did that? What? You make this recipe. You make my cookies. Is that so? How come I've never heard about it then, huh? Explain that one to me, Mr. Troke. Definitely remember the butterscotch cookie thing. Baking soda or baking powder. I can't remember which one is supposed to make things rise. Yes, which again is something that confuses me as to what. See, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should have left. Maybe I should have not altered the baking soda for high altitudes and just left it the same. It honestly wasn't that big of a difference, but small differences can make a big difference in baking. So, you got more followers during the blue collar job simulators. Very nice. Which one are you gonna do next? See, Like a Dragon is your favorite so far. See, JJ all the way. Soda requires acid and liquid. Powder only requires liquid. Interesting. That was a thing I did not know. And a thing I will probably very quickly forget. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely my favorite, but it doesn't seem to attract new folks. Yeah, see, that's another problem. Like, there's a bunch of games that I'm like, oh man, I love this game. I love playing it. It's not everybody likes to watch it necessarily, so... And at the moment, like, while I'm still trying to build up the channel...
Yeah, show yourself playing Persona.
Things that, oh man, jeez. I did pre-order Persona 5 Scramble, so when it comes out, and I pre-ordered it digitally, so I'll be able to play it before it physically comes out in stores. So that'll be nice. I'm not going to do a 24-hour stream for it, just because that would be suicide for my average viewers. So, sorry. Unfortunately. Maybe someday I will be able to do that and be happy and not have my channel stats get super impacted, but for the time being... Oh man, there's exactly a dozen cookies left. 5 dozen cookies it was. Oh man. Yeah, the only thing that I dislike about using these pans more than the other ones is that they do, and since they're smaller, they do end up making the things touch more than other ones do. All right. Actually, no, I lied. There's more than... There's one extra cookie. There's enough batter to stick in Whitty's mouth. Here you go.
And because it comes from my healthy chickens, the eggs are safe.
All right. Into the oven. Step the next into the oven. So the last batch is being done. Let's see, 5, 10. Last batch being done on the cheapo pan with the dough chilled as much as any of the batches have done with a little bit extra flour in it. So what this may just end up meaning is in the future here you go. What this might mean is that in the future when I make this recipe, before I do anything extra to it, just like put more flour until the consistently just changes. Depending on if it works. If it works.
Unless it just turns into an absolute train wreck. Dogs like cookies.
Oh god, it's scrolling too fast. So many people are talking. Oh god. Okay. Butterscotch cookies aren't uncommon. I mean, they're not uncommon, but I mean the oatmeal butterscotch cookie with molasses.
You need to
I
trademark.
Personally have not. I know it's not my. Again, I told you. Like
I said you need to trademark.
Oh, I need to trademark it.
No, you
so
can
then
go
other
after
people can't. No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't think you can trademark.
Sue them into the ground.
I don't think you can trademark recipes anyway, necessarily. Like you can, and it's not even trademark. I think it's copyright. But like, you can copyright a recipe book, But the recipe itself you cannot copyright, I'm pretty sure. From what limited research I've done so far, that is my understanding. Because a recipe book has a bunch of extra faff in it that is, you know, creative and has some kind of actual ownership potential. But a series of steps to follow to lead to a food product is not a thing, to my understanding, that you can copyright. I might be incorrect on that. Let's see. My wife's grandma's recipe. Interesting. Okay. So old people like the... I'm sorry, I didn't mean... Mom, you're not old. I love you. You're the best. Let's say it is an older recipe, maybe, than youngin people like to make, maybe. Who knows? It's again, hello Ginhee. Hello librarian here. You cannot copyright a recipe. She knows! Thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. Let's see, Car Mechanic 2018. Okay, that sounds messy. Not really concerned about getting more followers, but it would be nice. I mean, I wasn't, and then I was like, oh, that's a thing. Because I noticed I was getting more, like, 1 per stream or something like that. Okay, love you. And if you get 1 per stream, then, like, after 50 streams, you've got 50. I mean, it's not a consistent thing, but, like, slowly over time it happens. Let's see, raw dough time. Hell yeah, fresh eggs. How them chickens doing? Chickens are doing good. They are eating their eggs less. They are sad right now because it's freezing cold and snowing outside, but I mean, we can't really do much about that. You miss having chickens? You had chickens before? What happened to them? Where'd they go? The hands? Let's see. Oh, there's so much love in chat. I love it. It makes me happy. Warms the cockles of my heart. Okay, so now we have this disposable pan, which I guess we're not going to dispose of. Seems legit. I will put it over here for the time being. And since Whitty's done eating all of the dough off of this, I guess I'll just start rinsing this out too. Oh, actually, hold on. Thinking. So that's not show. Okay, all right. I feel it because again, aside from the one that's in there right now, I'm pretty sure that the 2 batches that came before them are going to be pretty similar. Yes, we had 4. They came with your apartment. The people just left them behind? Why would someone do that? See, chickens are... Oh, she answered. She answered for me. I didn't need to say jack crap. Oh, the meatloaf's all gone now. Oh, sad day. Move that over. Make all the noise. Soak it up. Dip, 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 dip. Spray it down. Let that soak for just a while. Oh, and while we're at it, put this guy in there. Bloop. All right. See, wooden egg technique is paid off, and they have stopped trying to eat their eggs. Plus, I'm collecting 3 times a day. That would also help, I guess. Were they permanent fixtures in your apartment? Long story short, the guy was like, I can't take these chickens where I'm going. Do you want them? And I was like, sure. So I had 4 chickens for 2 years. Wow. So then did you move and you were also unable to take the chickens with you? Is that a thing that happened? No one expects the surprise chickens. All right, so we're going to take these other 2 batches and put them in Tupperware. And then we're going to have the surprise Whitty taste test, where she eats half a cookie and then I eat half a cookie, and then we decide, oh, that cookie's better than that cookie, or that cookie's better than that cookie. It's not going to be able to be blind for me because I know which ones are which, and I'm going to kind of sort of need to know, probably. I mean, I guess I could label them, and then Whitty could try it first, and then she could have me try them after changing the order up. That is a possibility. What do you think, guys? Should we do that? Should that be the methodology that we utilize to decide which of these cookies are the best? These ones do feel nicer than the other ones did, though. See, now I am wondering, is it the process? Or is it the change in the recipe as well? The answer is I'm clearly going to have to make this again. Send them to Squeaks. No landlord complications, still living the same place they've just been. Transferred a mile away to a friend who has more space. Do you ever get to visit them? Because, I mean, friend chickens, long distance friend chickens are still good chickens. Alright, so we got this one, this one, this one, this one. And then those ones, which will be done in 3 minutes and probably able to be scooped up in another 3. Just give it an extra minute to do its thing. I'll soak this right now while I'm at it because I'm not going to use that anymore. Put this over there too to soak it eventually. Not quite yet. Sty. Good, good. And your thing I'm gonna need. You guys are not things I need. You can go into the soaky bowl. This guy I didn't use basically at all once I realized it was a failure. So we'll just stick you there for now. And we got trash. And I think that's mostly it. Okay. Not enough data to know yet. Oh, you do get to see him sometimes. Nice. Excellent. We should clean the rug and put it back so that the dogs don't clack so much. That might be good. They'd clack a little less. They'd clack less exactly where the microphone is, so that would probably be good. And, train them to not be underfoot in the kitchen. That would be nice. But, I mean, the fact that they have to cross through the kitchen in order to get to the outside is probably going to stifle that attempt a little bit. Plus, Yuna is a jerk and doesn't listen to anything and seems to just want to always do what she wants. Okay, well, actually that can go in recycling because it's made of cardboard. Let me take a look at these real fast with my eyeballs. Okay, they look like cookies. Yep, that's a thing. Cookies are cooking in the oven as we speak. Yuna is a good girl, sad face. Yuna is Yuna. And she's coming because she heard me say her name. Sit, down, lay down, good girl, stay. Don't come in here, stay. Keep staying. Okay, good, we're good. Everything's fine. Yo, Yuna is special. Yuna is so special, oh my gosh. Freaking special as heck. Alright, I think I am going to label these, especially... Oh, I've only got 30 seconds left. Well, we'll have time after we're waiting for them to cool, so... I will... Actually, I don't really need this one here anymore. I can put this one back. Underneath the thing from whence it came. Stay right there. But yeah, I'm going to label them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... The only thing that kind of makes me sad about this taste test is that I will not be giving a dozen cookies to each person. Well, actually, I could. Be a lower number. So, hold on, 1, 2, 5. That'll be... We'll still have 4.5 dozen cookies. Should not be a mouth. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so having just come out of the oven, these ones look like this. Okay? Seems good, seems legit, seems fine. Let you just kind of rest there for a second. Turn off the oven. Do not burn down the house. Very important. We're gonna need, let's see. You could probably just use one paper towel for this. But we're not going to because we already picked 2. Alright, so we need a pen. A pen of some sort. This will do. So we got A, B, C, D, and E. All right. Probably shouldn't watch this part if I'm going to be blind tasting. I mean, you can watch it. Because I'm going to put them in an order. you won't know which one is which. See, the thing that someone would expect me to do is put A under the first one and B under the second one. But am I going to do that? No. You see, that would be silly. Plus, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to have you see... Actually, no, that's what we'll do. I will label them that way, but I'm going to put the paper towel underneath the Tupperware so you can't see what the letter is. And then only afterwards will you know. And I will swap them around so that I don't exactly know which ones they are until we lift them up either. I mean, I'll kind of know, but... Yell when you want me. I mean, isn't that always? It's always, right? 3, 5, 2, 4, 1. What I missed, how are the cookies different? Different than normal? They're different than normal because I altered the recipe for high altitude baking, which means I increase the amount of egg, decrease the amount of sugar, increase the amount of flour, decrease the amount of baking soda, increase the temperature, and reduce the time that they were in the oven for. And as an additional thing, I baked... Can touch it? I can touch it. Okay. I baked them on... Well, first I baked one on a normal-ish baking sheet. Even though I know that it would have turned out badly, I almost wanted to bake some on the normal sheet that I've been using because, I mean, I do... Like, I like this sheet. It's not... It looks nice. It's non-stick. It's pretty good, decent sheet. But every time I do, the cookies turn out not great. They don't turn out terrible, but they don't turn out great. So, I made one on a lighter colored one, and then I've made the rest of them on these cheapo pans, which I feel like has done a decent job of, turning them out better. Unfortunately, these ones are also looking deflated, so I don't think either A, flour was not the answer, B, there wasn't enough flour, or C, there is no C. It's just those two. Those are the only answers. Either it's not flour, either flour wasn't the answer, or we needed more of it. Just separate those a little bit so we can scoop them up. I wonder if I should wait longer, because these ones are going to be warmer compared to the other ones that have cooled off longer. So, I mean, she'll know that these ones are the ones that came out most recently. But let's think. If we want to give some of these cookies to people, because there have been some people who are like, oh, I'd like some cookies. Thinking 1, 2, 3. If we have 4.5 dozen cookies, it'd be 1, 2, 3. Then I could give 4 people a dozen each, and then have half a dozen to just consume after the fact. Clever. What's clever? My method of suggestion of the hiding the facts from you? Yes, I'm a very clever girl. Let's see. Then each other A, B, C, D, and E. Would parchment paper help? See, that's the thing. I almost feel like parchment paper would make it worse. And I have done these with parchment paper on the, at least I'm pretty sure I have, on the copper one. And it still turned out not super amazingly great. So magical deflating cookies. Yes, exactly. Where does that come? What is this? Troubleshooting problems and solutions. Let's click on this and read what it says. Oh, for later. I mean, I could read it now. I mean, that's a possibility. Look at the sheer amount of butter that went into this. I wonder if it's a butter overdose. I mean, it could be, if not for the fact that, again, this is what I've always, I've not, pretty sure I've never actually used less butter than this on the recipe. Okay, these are actually coming off nicely. Okay. These ones aren't being dicks. Good to know. Maybe the temperature of the butter or the amount of air in it? Maybe. I know it's supposed to be room temperature. Maybe it wasn't room temperature enough. I definitely had it sitting out for like 90 minutes before I started making them. Yeah, and they've always been flat AF. No, they haven't. I'm talking about back in the day when I made them in Vegas. Back in the day when I made them in Vegas, they were fine. I think. Maybe. Possibly. I mean, I will definitely say that something about them has seemed different ever since I've come here. And I don't know if it's just because of the high altitude difference or if there's something else to do with the process. That's what this entire stream has been about. Yeah, okay. Utah is correct. Yes, that's true. It's true. Certifiably true. All right, so these ones all seem pretty nicely cooled off. These ones are still a little bit warm. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait probably like another 5 minutes or so and then put those ones into their Tupperware container, mix them around, and then we will do the taste test. But first, I'm going to open up this cursed ta. Kuta. Kursuta. Some such like that. Let's see here. Oh my god, so many pop-ups. Go away, pop-up. Go away. I have not installed AdBlock on this particular laptop yet. Oh god, why are you so loud? Stop it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where is that sound coming from? Shut your mouth. Thank you. Wowzers. Okay, so scroll this over a little bit so I can actually read the chat. Okay. So we've got some Q&A stuff here. Let's see. Why are my cookies so thin and flat? Causes. Using all butter instead of butter and oil or shortening. Okay, but again, not a huge fan of like, okay, Witty, I know that you like Dale Sag cookies, and yes, Dale Sag cookies are nice. Like, they're not bad at all. Don't get me wrong. They're great. But they still have and I think it's because of the shortening, they still have a different texture that I'm not as into as ones that use butter, personally. Let's see, baking at too low a temperature, used room temperature dough. Okay, so we definitely changed the room temperature dough thing, though. I mean, in future, when I'm not doing it like as a stream and I want to like maybe chill it for half an hour before doing anything to it, that would probably be a better idea. And who knows, maybe I would want to bake it at 375 for even less time. I could do that next time. That might be a thing I do. See, too much liquid in the dough. That's interesting. Since I said to increase the liquid for high altitudes, huh? See, placing the dough on a warm baking sheet. That is one that I'm pretty sure I didn't have a problem with because the aluminum cooled off super fast. And the first one that I put in that was not the aluminum was, I didn't use it a second time. Solutions: decrease the amount of butter and sugar. Well, I already decreased the amount of sugar a little bit. Use shortening instead of butter. Combination of the two if you don't want to sacrifice the buttery flavor. I would be willing to try it with it. See, the thing is that at that point we are definitely changing the recipe. The recipe is not the same as it was. Like, altering it for high altitude I can see as being like just like a necessary, like, oh, it's a tweak because, environment. But literally changing the ingredients, I feel like, I don't know how I feel about that. See, add an egg to the dough. Wait, add an egg to the dough? It just said too much liquid was one of the problems. Explain that one to me. Use cake flour, pastry flour. Use baking powder instead of baking soda. If a recipe calls for 1 teaspoon baking soda, you would use 3 to 4 teaspoons baking powder? Caution, this could result in unwanted flavor shift. Okay, well, good to know. Try baking your cookies at a hotter temperature. Make sure your oven is accurate by purchasing one of those inexpensive oven thermometers. Always cool your baking sheet before batches, or between batches. Hurrying this process will result in your second batch being wet. See, that is a problem I've had before. And so, like, back when I was using one, this is a funny story. This is also how I learned that if you get your pot holders wet, it will burn you when you try to use them to take things out of the oven. But yeah, I would try to cool off the pans in the sink with cold water so that I wouldn't have that problem. I just had the problem of injuring myself instead, so that was great. Scoop your dough and chill the balls before bake. Ooh, that is an interesting idea. Okay, so maybe overnight. Oh, I feel like overnight's a bit excessive, but maybe. So maybe what I should try next time is to get one of those little cookie dough scoopers, scoop up the dough into the individual balls, put those in the fridge for like 0.5 to 24 hours, and then bake them and see what happens. Like, I'd really like to avoid using shortening. Like, shortening is a thing I don't think I've ever personally used by myself for anything I've ever made. So, like, I don't know. Like, it's just kind of like a, what even are you? What are you thing? All right, comments. We got more comments. So many loud noises. Where's the loud? Oh, yes, the ads. The adpocalypse. Flat cookies are best cookies? Wait, really? I mean, I don't... Heresy? Oh, Whitty would say that, wouldn't she? Beaten egg can add good bubbles volume. Well, I did beat the second one. The additional table and a half spoonful that I put in. So, egg is a binding agent. Okay, that makes some sense. All right, let me just kind of... All right, these seem cool-ish enough. So we are going to put these in the thing. Put them in the thing. Keep on going in the thing there. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. And then stick these ones here. Alright, and then we're going to put this here, and then we're going to, in a random order, pick the cookies up and put them in front of the camera so you can see them. Stay. So we can see them all completely in all their majesty. The thin and snappy cookies. See, I mean, I don't mind that, personally. I do like chewiness. Chewiness is a good quality to have. Go with you next. And then we'll go with, let me move the weights out of the way. We'll go with you right here. Perfect, okay. So now we can actually see them all. Perfect. All right. Haha, there she is. All right, so here we have an assortment of cookies. We have an assortment of cookies.
Stay.
You can eat them with your mouth.
All right.
And
I
yeah.
think I might do that.
Okay, so my recommendation would be to probably go like in this order.
Okay.
And then and this is not the order in which they were baked, but go in that order so that like I can be like, okay, you like this one better than this one better than this one, so I can keep it straight. And let me actually get you a thing to.
Okay.
You can like write 1, then 2, then 3.
All right, so
for
I'm
the order.
taking this cookie. It's slightly pliable, fairly soft, has some crunch to it. Out.
Go. Sit. Sit up.
Okay.
Sit.
This one looks significantly flatter. But still soft.
Now, important distinction right off the bat. Do these ones seem softer and better overall than you remember the other batches being?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good sign.
I think I like this one a teeny bit more.
Second one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. These ones are also rather flat. These ones seem like they fall apart more. And they're just so thin. So thin. I like big, chewy cookies.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oop, here we go. Whoa. That bounced right out of the sink.
Okay, and then we've got this, which is much more pliable than this one.
How is the pliability compared to the first two?
About the same. I like the flavor of this one.
Okay. Like there's a noticeable difference in flavor between that one and the other ones?
It might just be that there's less butterscotch in this one.
I like it because the good part's not there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This one feels a tiny bit chewier.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like still the second one.
Okay.
Okay, last one is this. These ones feel almost a little more brittle. I'm just rubbing my hands all over these
Yeah,
cookies.
good job.
And this one's a little drier feeling. Chewier. All in all, they're very similar.
Okay.
I didn't notice a huge difference between them.
Okay.
And they're all good. And I do think that they are more softer than other ones that I've had before.
Okay. So
Please reveal the secrets.
the first one that was made on the not disposable pan were in fact the ones that you thought were the brittlest.
Okay.
So that's some pretty substantial proof right there.
Just gonna keep eating.
Let's see, what were the other differences that I did? Okay,
I
so
should have put my head in frame. Hi guys.
the one that I did that was not chilled at all but was done on the cheapo thing was the first one that you tried.
Okay.
The first one that was chilled at all was the second one.
Okay.
And then the one that was chilled the most was the one that you thought was a little bit drier.
Again,
sort of
like-
chilled the most.
It's like such a small difference.
And then this one here, the one that you said the flavor seemed slightly different, was the one that had more flour.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
That which was.
but you preferred it? It seemed, because you said it seemed to have less butterscotch, which I imagine you would think is a good thing. Puts on the spot.
I just like cakey cookies. Okay, guys.
Okay. Well. I mean, cakey cookies are great.
Yeah, it's not quite as sweet.
I wonder if there's a way that I could cakeify the recipe specifically for your purposes. We got comments. We got more comments. Only for certain cookies would chewy be acceptable? Really? So you feel that chewy should be the exception, not the rule. Interesting. Hello, lovely peoples. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she one to eat them with your mouth? That's where you eat them. They are not cookie suppositories. That's a fact. You like the scientific method? As do I. Anticipation is real. All right, now the question is, do I need to also do this? Because again, I liked them the way they were. I'm sure I would like them just as much this way, and I would like there to be more of them to dole out to other people than to just consume them. So I almost don't want to take another cookie, another entire cookie.
So which one is this? Is the unchilled one?
This is the unchilled on the cheapo pan.
Okay. Wow.
And
It really didn't
these
seem to
ones were
make-
all chilled. But then again, they weren't chilled for that long.
Yeah,
So-
the chilling really didn't seem to make a difference. The only one that I really would have noticed a significant difference in was the flour ones.
The flour ones and the not cheapo pan.
Yeah, true.
The two outliers are adding more flour, which shouldn't really be that surprising, and then baking it on a real pan versus a
Why
throwaway.
don't you try that?
Huh?
Oh, I ate them all.
Yeah, you kind of did. It's
Shoot.
fine. It's
I
okay.
ate the test cookies
It's
and now
okay.
Shin can't try them.
It's so sad. It's fine. Again,
You
like,
try it.
huh?
Do it.
Well, no, because here's the thing. There are now. Hold on. 5.
I'm going to be sick.
There's now. Well, then stop eating.
But they're here. I can't.
I
just
can
not-
eat them.
Okay.
Jeez. God. I will say that these do have a chewier factor to them
They do.
than previously made, and I think. So wait, you don't. There wasn't one of these ones still here. This one isn't among
I don't
these.
remember what these are now.
Okay, that's fine. Because I'm wondering if the
But I know that they're not this.
okay, I'm wondering if the base change is more to do with altering the recipe, or again, literally just what they were baked on. It's a little hard to tell at this point. But here's what my thinking process is. I'm going to dole out probably like an assortment of a combination of all these into 4 1-dozen sets, and I have 3 people off the top of my head that they're going to be going to.
Yeah.
But they're your story of my life.
Relatable.
This is exactly why I don't bake as often as I could, because then it's gonna be here and I'm gonna want to eat it. But yeah, so there will probably, basically what I'm saying is that by the end of everything, there will still be some of these here for me to like have a comparison for. So
Sounds good.
but yeah, we made cookies.
Yay, cookies.
Hey, oh my gosh, they're amazing. So yeah, that's about it. It's a 2-hour process. I feel like in the past when I've made these, I felt like it takes forever, but really it takes 2 hours to do like all of them. And it would take even less time if I was able to cook them or bake them 2 sheets at a time in the oven, which we get another
should be
rack.
able to do.
Yes, eventually, sooner or later. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to be it for this stream. Next week, though, is going to be fun and exciting, and Witty's going to like it a lot because,
Am I?
yeah, I already told you this, but I'll remind you. So it's
I already forgot it.
It's right before Valentine's Day, as you know.
Are you making?
I'm going to be making a fun, happy keto cheesecake with keto peanut butter cups as Valentine's Day present, and I will show you the process of making a keto brownie cheesecake, and peanut butter cups.
I'm excited.
It is the same recipe that I made for Witty's dad for Christmas for the cheesecake, which everybody seemed to love. Well, everyone who tried it seemed to love. And the peanut butter cups are things that I've made for her in the past, and she liked those too. Mm-hmm. So, huzzah! Yeah, that is something to look forward to in a week from now. But until then, thank you very much for joining us on this experimental science cookie stream that I think was, overall, a resounding success. I hope all of you have good, amazing food, and I love all your faces. So, bye-bye. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I do that, let me see if... Because before I started the stream, one of my friends was streaming. If she is still streaming, then I will raid her right now, and she can be like, oh my gosh, I got a raid, and there's actual people in the stream, as opposed to last time when there was not.
0.
Like, because normally in the past when I've done gaming streams and then I've raided someone, it's like, oh, Sinfinity raided with 1 viewer. Oh, but it doesn't look like his own anymore.
Oh, sad.
Sad day. Saddest day. Well, I guess we won't then. But
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
yes, thank you and goodbye. Great stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're too kind. And where's the thing? Where's the button? There it is. All right. Bye, everybody.